Support for the Mountain Stage podcast is provided by Diversified Energy, rooted in Appalachia. Diversified Energy is producing natural gas for the future of America. More information at div.energy.
There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey Glasser and by the West Virginia Department of Tourism, welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Kathy Mattea.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning round, a simple song. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, and welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the mountain state of West Virginia. I'm Kathy Mattea. We are in Pittsburgh, Kansas at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts at Pittsburgh State University, with thanks to our affiliate here on campus, KRPS-FM, 4 States Public Radio. We have a show fitting for such a trip with some talent from around these parts and some we brought with us all the way from Appalachia. Later in the show, we're so excited to hear some new music from a man who makes his home not far from here in Oklahoma. Mr. John Fullbright is back with us. And another great singer and songwriter who was born here in Kansas, was raised up in Arkansas, and he's been making a lot of waves in modern Americana music. Willi Carlisle will be here. Still to come in this hour from the mountains of Montana, the enchanting duo of Martha Scanlon and John Neufeld will be with us. And the well-traveled songwriter, singer, and Renaissance man, Matt the Electrician, will be out in just a bit. But we're going to start the show this week with a duo that plays country and old-time music. Emily Miller was raised on the classic harmonies of the Louvin brothers and the Stanley brothers singing with her parents. And she's also the artistic director of the Augusta Heritage Center at Davis and Elkins College in West Virginia, where musicians from around the world come to take courses on all kinds of folk and roots music. Jessie was raised on West Virginia old-time music and learned from fiddlers like Melvin Wine and Ernie Carpenter and his father, Jerry Milnes. This is front porch music elevated to a high level with no rounding off of the edges, like a historic field recording come to life. They have an acclaimed 2015 album as a duo, and Jessie just released a solo album called The Straight and Narrow. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Jessie Milnes and Emily Miller.
There's one young lady broke my heart when I was just a kid. She smiles at me gently, tells me she's not mad for what I did. We were young and foolish, after all this time she understands. But she's gone in the morning, gone, but not forgotten, my old friend. And there's 2 young men who died in a fire and a flood. They hold me by the shoulders, tell me that I'm doing pretty good. They say that they're glad that I'm living like they never got the chance. But they're gone in the morning, gone but not forgotten, my old friend. My old still come and see me late at night. They reach out their hands and they tell me everything will be alright. Let bygones be bygones, good times are coming back again. But they're gone in the morning, gone, but not forgotten, my old friend. I made so mad we never spoke again. Throws one arm around me, tells me that we'll always still be friends. Let bygones be bygones, good times are coming back again. But they're gone in the morning, gone but not forgotten, my old friend. My old friends still come and see me late at night. They reach out their hands and they tell me everything will be alright. Let bygones be bygones, good times are coming back again. But they're gone in the morning, gone but not forgotten, my old friend. But they're gone in the morning, gone but not forgotten, my old friend.
Thank you so much, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be here in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And I will say that I'm especially honored to be here tonight because my grandmother, Margaret Miller, is an alumna of Pittsburgh State. Yeah. She grew up, she was born in 1919 she lived in Independence and Coffeyville growing up and came here to Pittsburgh State. And then lived the rest of her life in Wichita, and just so happy to be here. Go Rillas! So let's see, we're going to do another one. That was one that Jesse wrote, and we're going to do another one of his from his new Straight and Narrow album. This is called While You're Gone.
Take your right hand off the wheel and touch your radio. Put the car in gear, start out slow. When you turn onto the blacktop from the gravel road, you be gone from here on your own. And as the miles stretch between us, I'll be thumbing through the memories. I'll be thinking of you fondly. I'll be writing us a song. I'll be wearing your old jacket. I'll be singing to you softly. I'll be burning through the feelings that you left me with at home. While you're gone, I'll be running to our child when she cries for you. I'll be holding her on my own. calling you up early just to hear your voice. Can you see us there on your phone? And as the miles stretch between us, I'll be thumbing through the memories. I'll be thinking of you fondly. I'll be writing us a song. I'll be wearing your old jacket. I'll be singing to you softly. I'll be burning through the feelings that you left me with at home. Between us, I'll be thumbing through the memories. I'll be thinking of you fondly. I'll be writing us a song. I'll be wearing your old jacket. I'll be singing to you softly. I'll be burning through the feelings that you left me with at home. While you're gone, take your right hand off the wheel and touch your radio. Put the car in gear, start out slow. When you turn onto the blacktop from the gravel road, you be gone from here on your own.
Thank you so much. Mountain Stage Band is so great. It's wonderful to play with them. We're gonna strip it down here and do a tune on fiddle and guitar. Kathy mentioned that I am the artistic director of the Augusta Heritage Center in Elkins, and while we run programming all year round to where people can come and learn to play the guitar, the banjo, or the fiddle, but another piece of our mission is to celebrate the musicians of West Virginia and document amazing musicians before they pass on, and some of the great music that's held in the Augusta archives comes from some of the greatest creative forces in West Virginia who maybe weren't well known on the world stage. But we're going to do a fiddle tune here from a wonderful West Virginia fiddle player named Eden Hammonds, who really was a genius and wanted nothing more than to just play the fiddle all day. And apparently his various wives along his journey did not like that very much. Thought maybe he should do something else besides play the fiddle, but he did get very good at playing the fiddle. So there's that. So we're going to do a tune that he played called Fine Times at Our House. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to do another piece of just a gem. We're bringing another gem from West Virginia with us here to Kansas. This is a tune from really, truly a national treasure, Hazel Dickens, who came from southern West Virginia. And Hazel sang traditional music and also wrote just really incredible songs. And this is one of hers. It's called My Better Years. And it's just, I don't know why, but singing the saddest country songs just makes me feel so happy. So if that is the case for you too, you're in for a treat. Well, now you're back on my doorstep, crying like I cried for all those lonely years. And I can't dry your tears. It's been too long since love was here, and I already gave you my better years. Now the pages of time kept right on turning. They never stopped for us to harvest the years. And old embers of love kept right on dying, 'cause there was no one to dry my tears. And you're back on my doorstep a-crying like I cried for all those lonely years. And I can't dry your tears. It's been too long since love was here, and I already gave you my better years. So I'll try not to blame you. I'll try not to shame you. All I can do now is wish you well. And if you should need a friend, I'll be there till the end. Just don't ask me to love you again. And don't come back on my doorstep a-crying, hoping for what's been dead so long. 'Cause the embers have long turned to ashes. There's nothing here but old memories and this song. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to bring the Mountain Stage Band back up here for our last song. Now, I said my grandma came from Independence and went here to Pitt State. Very excited. This is actually my first time here, so I'm really excited. She passed away a few years ago, and I just feel all so happy to be here, and I'm really feeling Moma here tonight. But in any case, my great-grandfather came over from Germany in the early 1900s. This is my grandfather's father, and he settled in Hamilton, Kansas. And that was, around World War I, there was a lot of folks didn't think too highly of Germans around here, and so he was a veterinarian, and he set up practice in Hamilton, but he was accused of poisoning that town's water supply. And so there was a big fuss in the town about this, and the authorities apparently came in and tested the water, and it was shown not to be poisoned, but that did not stop the rumors, and a mob came through and ran my grandfather and his family out of town. And so this was when my grandfather and his sister, my great-aunt Ruth, were very small. And so this is a story I wrote about this incident, and it's called Run, Ruthie, Run. Sent it out to my grandpa Paul and my great-aunt Ruth. They never knew the story of their name. Their father made himself anew out on the Kansas plains. But though he hid his German past, he couldn't fool them all. Suspicious minds invented crimes and rumors came to call. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Word spread around that Kansas town, easy as the fog. He'd been hanging around the water tower, guilty as a dog. Well, they say the police tried to quell those lies before they spread. There was no poison in the water, only poison in their heads. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Oh, they came straight from the pool hall, fueled with beer and gin, their pockets filled with pool balls, in their minds imagine sins. I don't know the boy who took the shot, don't know if he took aim, but the 8-ball hit a lantern and the house went up in flames. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Quite the same, though her body made it out that night. Her mind was touched by flames. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run, we have to let it burn. Run, Ruthie, run, there's nothing left, nowhere to turn. Run, Ruthie, run. Thank you very much.
Jessie Milnes and Emily Miller. Emily also plays with the Sweetback Sisters, where she's a twin fiddler and lead singer. And they'll be doing their Country Christmas Sing-Along Spectacular in December at the Kennedy Center and other East Coast dates. And both Jessie and Emily are much, much respected teachers of Appalachian and old-time music. They came all the way from West Virginia just to be here with us today. I think they sandbagged a little bit about their Kansas connections there. That was Jesse Milnes and Emily Miller. It's time to welcome our singer, Julie Adams, to do a song for you. She'll be joined, as always, by this great Mountain Stage band. That's Ron Soul. He's the leader of the band back there on acoustic guitar. Michael Lipton is on electric guitar. Bob Thompson is over there at the piano. Steve Hill is playing bass. And Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. Julie has chosen When I Go Away. It was written by Larry Campbell, best known from Levon Helm's Electric Dirt record. Please welcome Julie Adams.
Early in the morning, when the church bells toll, the choir's gonna sing, and the hearse will roll on down to the graveyard where it's cold and gray. And then the sun's gonna shine through the shadows when I go away.
Don't want no sorrow for this old orphan boy. I don't want no crying, only tears of joy. I'm gonna see my mother, gonna see my father, and I'll be bound for glory in the morning when I go away.
I'll be lifted up to the clouds on the wings of an angel. There's only flesh and bones in the ground where my troubles will stay. See that storm over yonder is gonna rain all day, but then the sun's gonna shine through the shadows when I go away.
I'm going home when I go away.
No more trouble.
I'm going home when I go away.
No more crying.
I'm going home when I go away.
No more trials.
I'm going home
to leave my worries in the graveyard and lift me up.
when I go away.
No more troubles.
I'm going home
lift me up.
when I go away.
No more crying.
I'm going home
lift me up.
when I go away.
No more
I'm
trials.
going
Home to leave my worries in the graveyard. Home to leave my troubles in the graveyard. Home to leave my trials. And I'll be bound for glory in the morning when I go away. All my kin who love me, all my friends who care, look beyond the dark clouds. We're gonna meet up there.
When they lay me in the cold ground, bow your heads and pray.
And I'll be bound for glory in the morning when I go away. And then the sun's gonna shine through the shadows when I go away.
I'm going home
Lift me up.
when I go away.
No more
I'm going
troubles.
home
Lift me up.
when I go away.
No more crying.
I'm going home
Lift me up.
when I go away.
No more trials.
I'm going home
to leave my worries in the graveyard. Home to leave my troubles in the graveyard. Home to leave my trials. And I'll be bound for glory in the morning when I go away. And then the sun's gonna shine through the shadows when I go away. Oh, when I go away.
When I go away. That was Julie Adams singing When I Go Away, written by Larry Campbell. Somebody's singing with her, too. I don't know who that was. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you want to hear something again, visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast includes songs not heard on the radio and usually the complete finale song. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and leave a review wherever it is that you listen. Our next performer on the show grew up in San Francisco and Southern Oregon. These days, he's based out of Austin, Texas. He's been described as a young Paul Simon wrapped around a Tom Waits heart. He has a new record called We Imagined an Ending. On this record, he challenged himself to turn the 7 deadly sins on their head. He decided to write instead about virtues, faith, justice, honesty, empathy, hope. He's known for his creative covers and his irresistible whimsy. Please welcome Matt the Electrician.
I remember waiting till the middle of the night to fall asleep, falling like clutching to the sides of the boat that would carry me out into the middle of a world where there's so little left to cling to. I could hear the crickets and the ocean and the thunder and the silence ring, hiding in the shadows by the side of the road with the evergreens, waiting on the flickering broken streetlights, diamonds in the canopy. Say goodnight to all the night owls. Oh, good night. I am no early bird. I am young among the stars, and I know right where you are. I remember hearing that it was what it was when I first arrived. We all got a bridge in our brains that is running from the left to the right. Maybe it doesn't reach the land, so Grandma deal another hand of Tripoli. Say goodnight to all the night among the stars, and I know right where you are. Everybody says nothing good ever happens after 3 a.m. And I don't know if good is as good as the good I've remembered when I try to close my eyes, light that lingers shows me what I want to see. Say goodnight to all the night owls. Oh, good night. I am no early bird. Say goodnight to all the night owls. Oh, good night. I am no early bird. Say goodnight to all the night owls. Oh, good night. I am no early bird. I am young among the stars, and I know right where you are.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. That's from my brand new record. I have a brand new record out. I'm very excited about it. It came out in November 2021, and it's brand new. So this is another song from that brand new record, and it deals a little bit with the lighter side of mass extinction. I don't know if you all are into that. I'm down. I'm into it, and I live in Texas for quite some time now. I've been there 27 years, and I have some friends that are kind of into like they're survivalist prepper types, and last year we had a freeze in Austin, really in all of Texas, that here would have just been a like Tuesday. But it was very cold for us, and the entire power grid collapsed. It was really kind of intense. The day that the power went out, it was 9 degrees at our house, and it stayed out for 3.5 days, and it got down to 30 degrees in our house. It was pretty rough. And so after that happened, there was kind of this trauma throughout the town that I live in, and everybody was going out and getting generators and, you know, shotguns and like whatever you need to fight the weather. And I realized in that moment, I was like, I don't want to survive. Like, I want to go in the first wave. Like, if it's zombies or weather, take me first. Thank you. Not really sure how to take that. You're either applauding that you're right, I should go first, or you agree with me, but...
This used to be the bottom of the ocean, all of the red rocks, or the gray rocks. I should have paid closer attention when you were talking. Don't follow me out into the canyon, across the water, into the wide open meadows with the grass so tall, I'm lost in the undertow. How did you ever know which were the big changes? Now I'm so afraid of being afraid. Maybe I'm a fool to fly, and the ground is ancient, and I'm so free. See all the trees are burning. See all the roots now undercover, where the roots will survive. This place will be so cool when we're gone. Maybe I'm a fool to fly. The ground is ancient, and I'm so free. And I'm so free. And I'm so free.
Thank you. This next one I wrote while I was running. Are there any runners here? I guess that checks out with the going first in the apocalypse. Like, I don't want to get chased. Well, I love to run, and I was running in Austin one morning, and sometimes I'll think of ideas for songs while I'm running, but this particular time, like, an entire song just arrived in my head, and it was really exciting. I was very excited about it. And so I went home, and I wrote it all down, and I had the melody in my head, and I was very, very excited, and I wrote it down, and I read through it, and I thought, well, that's ridiculous. And so I kind of left it there for a little bit, and then I came back to it, and I read it again, and I was like, well, it's still ridiculous, but I'm going to put it on my brand new record.
I told you that I didn't like to dance, but I do. I really love it, it's true. But I'm embarrassed in front of you. I act a whole lot tougher than I am in front of you. And pretty much my whole life through, I have forgotten what it is I do. I'm not angry anymore. I'm so angry all the time, and all the energy, all the people been so good to me. I'm not angry, I'm so angry. Told you that I never really cry, but that's a lie. I crossed my heart, I hope to die. I didn't mean it, I cry. On the sidewalk or in a rainstorm, I am the scarecrow standing in the corn, hanging on lamppost with my umbrella hanging. I got my tap shoes and I'm so happy singing songs sung blue. And if Frank Mills, the sound of music spinning on the Swiss hills, Officer Krupke if I was a rich man, Conrad Birdie kissing girls cause he can. I'm not angry anymore. So angry all the time, and all the energy, and I'm not angry anymore. I'm so angry all the time, and all the energy, all the people been so good to me. I'm not angry, I'm not angry, I'm so angry. Told you that I didn't like to dance, but I do, I really love it, it's true. But I'm embarrassed in front of you.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to talk to you about. I'm currently celebrating a holiday, and I know it's hard to talk about holidays and our beliefs these days. It's divisive. So I only will say, just no offense to anyone who does not celebrate the same holidays that I do. But I'm also curious if anybody out there is celebrating Songtober right now. Is that no? It's just me? Okay, fantastic. So in Songtober, I write a song every day in the month of October, and they're all about a minute long, and they're pretty ridiculous. But I started doing this in 2019, which was a pretty great year as far as I remember it. And I was heading out the door to drive from Austin to Portland, Oregon to make a record. And I had all my baritones and trumpets and E-flat horns and banjos and guitars and ukuleles. And I was driving up to Portland, and the day that I was leaving was October 1st. And as I was walking out the door, my wife said, "Hey, the kids and I are going to do Inktober." And have you guys heard of Inktober? Yes. It's like it's a visual art thing online. This guy puts up this list of prompts, a different word for every day in October, and visual artists will draw a picture in ink and then share it. So that they don't edit it that much. And it's a good thing, and they can all kind of see that one another are doing it. And so my wife said, "You should do that because we're going to do it." And I said, "Well, I can't draw. You know I can't draw. Why would you say that?" And she said, "Fine, just write a song, whatever it is you do." And I said, "Okay, fine, that's what I'll do." And so I wrote all these. I wrote 31 songs in the month of October in 2019, and it was a great year. Things were really going well for me, and I made this record. And then the next October, it was 2020, and things weren't going as well. I don't recall now why that was, but it wasn't working out as well. And so I was at my house, and I did another 31 songs in the month of October. And someday I'm going to release a record with 62 one-minute songs called A Tale of Two Tobers. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And that's my concept, and I'm just saying that out loud so it's on the record that... And so I'm going to play you a couple, just to close out my set, I'm going to play you a couple of these Songtober songs from 2019. I'm currently in the midst of Songtober, and I wrote a song this morning. I'm not going to play you that one. It was pretty terrible. I don't even know it. I don't know it at all. But this first one, it was October 1st, 2019, and the prompt for the day was ring. I do not wear a ring, but my heart is around, and my love is a circle that rolls on the ground. And though I may be gone when the leaves change their color, I don't want no other than you. My neck is always bare, no lockets or chains. Though I remain untethered, I still feel the pain of longing and loneliness tugging at my chest. I am not at my best without you. Please understand, I am a trustworthy man. I love you for forever, and I promise to be true. And I had a bad experience way back before I met you,
And when you say my precious, it's a little bit too soon, for I do not wear a ring, but my heart is a round, and my love is a circle that rolls on the ground. And though I may be gone when the leaves change their color, I don't want no other than you.
Thank you guys so much, and a big thanks to Mountain Stage for having me. It's always an honor to perform on their stages, and I'm very happy to be here at the Bicknell Center. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to leave you with this song. It's the very last song on my new record, and it's the prompt for the day in Songtober was Mindless. And when I got up to Portland to make my record, I told the producer, the famed producer, Tucker Martine, I said, Tucker, I wrote like 8 songs on the way out here. And he's like, whoa, that's crazy. And then I played them for him, and he's like, those are ridiculous. And I said, I know. And I said, can I put one on the record? And he said, yes, but just one. What if I lost you in a dream of someone else, in a hall full of mirrors with visions of myself, and every me that tried to pass as me beyond the looking glass would guess that when it comes down to it, I really couldn't do it, 'cause I'm mindless. What if I woke up with someone else's voice? No words to worry, no choosing a choice, 'cause everything I say or said, it came out of a different head, I guess. That when it came down to it, I really couldn't do it, 'cause I'm mindless. What if I lost you in a dream of someone else, in a hall full of mirrors with visions of myself, and every me that tried to pass as me beyond the looking glass would guess that when it came down to it, I really couldn't do it, 'cause I'm mindless. Yes, I'm mindless. I'm fortuitously mindless.
Thank you all so much. Matt, the Electrician. So he first started getting attention in Austin when he started hosting an open mic night. And sometimes he would arrive at gigs still sweaty from working all day in the heat, and he'd say, "Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm an electrician." And the rest, as they say, is history. His Twitter profile says, aspiring euphonium player, songwriter, old skater, and ex-electrician. His latest record is We Imagined an Ending. That was Matt, the Electrician. We hope you'll take a look at our website, mountainstage.org. There you'll find links to our podcast, and you can follow us on just about every form of social media. And of course, we invite you to follow us to our next live show. You can find out where we'll be and get your tickets at mountainstage.org. Mountain Stage merchandise is also available in the lobby. Check out our hoodies. We have brand new t-shirts, we have stickers, and our exclusive poster from Basecamp Printing Company. Many of our guests have music available there as well. Our next guests are a duo with a unique alchemy on stage. They've been collaborating for years, and they have a brand new album just out called Last Stars First Light on Jealous Butcher Records. Martha Scanlon is interested in the relationship of music, landscape, and stories, which started while she was immersed in old-time music in East Tennessee. After singing in a friend's wedding in Montana, she was instantly taken with the place and wound up moving there. She met John Neufeld, a Portland-based guitarist and producer, at a festival in Portland, and they've been collaborating ever since. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Martha Scanlon and John Neufeld.
fall to pieces. I'll stay true. Wash my hands and wash my eyes and wash my feet. Ask the northern geese to deliver songs so high and clear and wild and sweet. Into your dreams, wind blows through the grass and trees, whispers your name to me. You're the very air I breathe. bedded down on the hillside, spirals of sleeping cows with sleeping calves inside, under starry skies. I'll take with me, climb to the hillside, placed our hands on spirals of grass left behind. Oh, the wonder in your eyes. Wind blows through the grass and trees, whispers your name to me. You're the very air I breathe. Through the grass and trees, whispers your name to me. You're the very air I breathe. Climb the top of the tallest tree, whisper your name to the trees. You're the very air I breathe.
Thanks so much. It's really great to be here on Mountain Stage again. We had a chance to do this a few times, and it's always fun to be back and say hi to everybody on the crew and the band and all the new guests along. I have some special people in the crowd tonight. My parents actually came out tonight. So Chuck and Bonnie, thank you for coming. One of my best friends from high school, my friend Bob Drews, drove down from Lawrence, Kansas for our 17-minute set tonight. So thank you very much, Bob. He got to pick out my shirt tonight. I had two options, and he picked out my shirt for me. So
Well done, Bob.
yeah, we think that. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, so those last two songs are from our new album. It officially comes out November 4th, but we have vinyl and CDs along with us. So you can be the first ones to get it. This is our first show playing the songs from the new record. We're doing two shows in Montana in a couple weeks, and then we're doing two shows one in Portland and one in Seattle for release shows for this record. And it was done over about 18 months of time where we obviously weren't hanging out during the pandemic and all that, and plus distance makes a factor in this whole thing, where Martha lives in Missoula, Montana, and I live in Portland, Oregon, so we often just show up at one place and there's not a whole lot of rehearsal and we just kind of go. But this recording, we were able to send stuff kind of like the slowest game of catch you can imagine. We'd send each other an idea, and then 24 hours later, somebody would hear it, and then send another idea back. So that's kind of the way this album was born. But it's been so fun to be able to kind of start playing these songs out again, and for this to be one of our first gigs since getting back to playing again. So thank you to Mountain Stage for having us, and thank you.
Yeah, this is a song that John wrote.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I was a woman of very few words tonight. Well done.
Yeah, this is a new one that's not on a recording yet, but it'll probably be on the next record. So it's one called In Between.
I don't mind living in between. From the moment you woke till you lay next to me, way everything I wanted, all that I need. Sun coming up, just another long day. Or we can go out to the ocean, let it all fade away. Open up your heart, give it what it needs. And if you need a little more, don't forget about me. I don't mind living in between. From the moment you woke till you lay next to me, away everything I wanted, all that I need. Passing the time to the tear it seems. Well, it only comes around when you know what it means. Open up your heart, let it come clean, and let it fade away like a beautiful dream. I don't mind living in between. From the moment you woke till you lay next to me, away everything I wanted, all that I need. I don't mind living in between. From the moment you woke till you lay next to me, away everything I wanted, all that I need.
Thanks. We're going to play one more song from way back when we met, or after we met. We met playing at a festival outside of Portland about 11 years ago, I guess now.
Yeah.
And I was living on a ranch in southeast Montana, and John came out to record this record I wanted to do of songs that were written in the places that were recorded in the places that they were written.
2 weeks after we met.
Yeah, it's a brave
It's a
thing
brave move.
to come out to the middle of nowhere. Some of you just met to record a bunch of music. Yeah, so we wanted to play this song, and thanks so much again for having us. And it's such a hopeful thing being back here. It really is, and it's hopeful to think about this going out to people all over. So thank you, and thanks to Mountain Stage for having us.
40 miles down this red dirt road, 40 flying geese, ragged V crying broken and broken across the broken bricks of the old Missouri. 41 days and your letter still burns. Take my fear and transgressions, take my love and grace. Take my two-faced guardian angel and go set her back up in her place. Light a candle to Santa Cecilia, la patrona de los músicos. Dip my boots in a white old Missouri, send me on my way back home. Shouldn't I have trusted? Shouldn't I have believed? Shouldn't I have taken my eye off the dagger hidden up in the sleeve? You can hold your eyes to the red sunrise, or say the sun ain't so bright as it seems. It's a killing frost can cut down lilies in the morning of their golden dreams. Take it on faith, or you can take it on fire. Take my fear and transgressions, take my love and grace. Take my two-faced guardian angel and go set her back up in her place. Light a candle to Santa Cecilia, la patrona de los músicos. Dip my boots in a white old Missouri, send me on my way back home. Take my fear and transgressions, take my love and grace. Take my two-faced guardian angel and go set her back up in her place. Light a candle to Santa Cecilia, la patrona of all us broken souls. Dip my boots in a white old Missouri, send me on my way back home. Oh, dip my boots in a white old Missouri, send me on my way back home.
Yay. Martha's songs have been on T-Bone Burnett's soundtracks. Novelists like Rick Bass and Joyce Carol Oates have mentioned them in their books. They've showed up on playlists by the likes of Emmylou Harris, and they've been covered by, among others, Sarah Jarosz and Solas. They're doing release shows for their new album. Their new album together is Last Star's First Light on Jealous Butcher Records. They're doing release shows in Portland, Seattle, Missoula, Bozeman, and there'll be more to come. That was Martha Scanlon and John Neufeld. We'd like to say a special hello to you right now if you're listening over WHDD in Sharon, Connecticut, and on KRPS in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Thank you so much. We hope you can join us next week as well for an archive episode from 2013. with the Del McCurry Band, the Travelin' McCurrys with Keller Williams, Susan Werner, Sarah Lee Guthrie and Johnny Irian, and Mandolin Orange. This is Kathy Mattea, and you're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage from NPR. And welcome to the second hour of Mountain Stage. I'm Kathy Mattea, and I'm so glad you joined us. We're on the road here at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts on the campus of Pittsburg State University in Pittsburg, Kansas, with help from KRPS, 4 States Public Radio. I'm so glad we're here, and I'm so glad we have a great crowd here with us in Kansas. I'm glad you joined us out there on the radio, too. Still to come, we'll hear from Oklahoma's John Fullbright, who has some brand new songs for us. We're going to open this second hour with a poet and folk singer who was born right here in Kansas, yes? His hero is Utah Phillips. He has a new album called Peculiar Missouri on Free Dirt Records. The theme here is Love Conquers All. He grew up in the Midwest, leaning into punk music as a young man, but turned to folk music for a more articulate outlet for his angst. He moved to the Ozarks to teach literature and fell in love with the place. It was there he turned to music as his chosen form of poetry and became instantly obsessed, singing on porches and busking on the streets, sleeping under overpasses, taking up the accordion, traveling extensively around the country and learning songs. This album is a result of those travels. It's a cultural commentary and observation through small, close-up vignettes like little movies. Please welcome to the Mountain Stage, Willi Carlisle.
What a marvelous introduction. Man, I could not have done that better myself. I wouldn't have been able to describe my own angst with that kind of concision. That's amazing. It's a great honor to be here. It's great to be anywhere at all. And yeah, I was born here. I'm proud to be back. I was born on the prairie, and the milk of its wheat here, the meatloaf of its mothers, has given me a song and a slogan up here. I'm going to do a couple songs from the new record. I'm going to start off with one about how there's just not enough magic in the world anymore. This is called Tulsa's Last Magician. Well, Tulsa's last magician got his start at 4. He pulled a quarter from his own ear and spun it on the floor. Said there's no good tricks but old ones, and lying ain't that hard. So he saved up all his quarters and he bought a deck of cards. And he learned ragtime piano, though his teacher thought him slow. He got a black belt in karate from a pawn shop video. And he'd practice all his worst mistakes in a dirty bathroom mirror. And when his parents drank, he learned to disappear. And his classmates thought him funny and good at sleight of hand. But he had this grand finale and they just couldn't understand. Oh, it's hard to tell the whole truth of a family sawed in half. And that's why Tulsa's last magician left his home so fast. Well, down and out in Reno, gone broke in Santa Fe, turning tricks on Los Sueñeros out in California. Well, they pushed him up against a wall, said, buddy, get a grip. So he learned to set himself on fire on a Las Vegas strip. And he wandered down to Tampa, blew everybody's mind, 'cause the crowd was cheap and easy there on beer and blowing wine. They said, I wonder where my dollar went, had the flower bloom so fast. He said, I can't reveal my secrets, they rarely failed to ask. And the crowd all thought him funny and good at sleight of hand. But he had this grand finale and they refused to understand. They demanded explanation when the card pulled was their own. That's why Tulsa's last magician lost his faith and headed home. Well, he said he'd learn computers like his second foster dad and free range all the rabbits that were living in his hat. His investments all went swimmingly, had to cash on hidden strings. His promotions were a certainty, he could make the numbers sing. Now time and space is easy for magic to control. Still it was 40 years of working before he noticed he was old. Now his great escape and act is just untying both his shoes. And most days he's in his easy chair yelling at the news. And the weatherman is funny, talking with his hands. But black clouds are coming in and no one understands how somebody's true religion is always someone else's joke. And that's how Tulsa's last magician kinda just went up in smoke. So friend, if you're the kind that thinks no one quite gets quite what you are, like you're a cobbler or mechanic in this age of flying cars, if you think that you see right behind what's right before our eyes, you might be a small town's last magician in disguise. And we need you to be funny, please be good at sleight of hand. There's a grand finale we can't hope to understand, and there's a 1 in 52 chance it's real magic and it's true. Oh, won't you please help us believe? Won't you please help us believe in you? So much.
I have to thank the guys at Mountain Stage for letting me borrow their guitar. I had to already carry an accordion and a banjo on an airplane. Had to register them both as firearms before they'd let them on. Yeah, I started playing the accordion when I got tired of my family making fun of me for playing the banjo, you know. Well, so I want to do an old cowboy song. I learned this from one of my great mentors in cowboy music, an ornery old cuss named Steve Cormier. Did a lot of roping out in Kansas out here, but he lives in New Mexico right now. He's taller than I am. He's bigger than 6'4". A beanstalk. My dad used to say when I was a kid that he was dry as a popcorn fart. Well, he taught me a bunch of great old songs, and this is a great old good one. This tells the story of an indigenous farmer named Nicholas Lopez. Born in the 19th century, a great big water company came along with the railroads out there and swept up his land out from under him. Well, this farmer worked his whole life to get his land back, and, well, the Great Depression hit in the 1930s, and he didn't have anything after all that. So he told his story to a WPA poet, who told it to my mentor, Steve Cormier, who taught it to me in 2010. Oh, this has got a foot in 3 different centuries, which is pretty old for an American folk song. It's called Todo pasa en este mundo. It's the life and hard times of Nicholas Lopez. When I was a niño in Agua Fria, we had all the water we'd need, and the willows grew on the Rio, all the way down the Santa Fe. And I tended my padre's cattle, all the way from the Arroyo long ago. For a month I slept on the saddle, my hair like a wild buffalo. El Indio Antonio Dominguez played soft, sweet, and low for the dancers from all of the ranches. Todo pasa en este mundo. When the mills were turning, when everyone brought in their cane, and the pacifiers were burning, and children played among the beams. Those were the best of the good times, all memories my spirit must uphold. As the cane boiled out, we danced about, and marvelous stories got told. El Indio Antonio Dominguez played soft, sweet, and low for the dancers from all of the ranches. Todo pasa en este mundo. When I was young, we had all the water we'd need. Now the water companies take it away. And now we grow our corn in our fields by the grace of God's green. And I know God knows what He's doing, that everything must come and it must go. I'll live and I'll die under this same sky. Todo pasa en este mundo. Y el Indio Antonio Dominguez played soft, sweet, and low for the dancers from all of the ranches. Todo pasa en este mundo. Todo pasa en este mundo. Todo pasa en este mundo. Thank you so much, friends. An honor to do an actual folk song for you guys. I think folk music is kind of endangered in perpetuity, you know what I mean? I think that's okay. I think most folk songs are pretty cheesy and pretty boring, and they deserve to be forgotten, you know? It's good for you, though. I think it's good for the spirit just a little bit. Well, so I want to do another folk song that has no reason to go out of style. I learned this from the singing of the late, great Steve Goodman. The melody is a lot older than that, though. And this is one of those great political folk songs. It uses the ashes of an old melody to fertilize a new garden. This is a Vietnam-era protest song. It's called The Ballad of Penny Evans. Well, my name is Penny Evans, and my age is 21. And I'm a widow of the war that's being fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters. Oh, I do the best I can. When they say the war is over, I tell them all it just began. I remember I was 17 when first I met young Bill. At his father's grand piano, we played good old heart and soul. And I only knew the left-hand part, but he could play the right so well. He's the only boy I've slept with. He's the only one I will. And it's first we had a baby girl. Oh, we had 2 good years. After that, the draft notice came. We parted without tears. Now it's 9 months from our last night when our second babe appears. 6 months later now, a letter comes confirming all my fears. And now it's every month I get a check from an army bureaucrat. And it's every month I tear it up and send the dang thing back. Do they think that I can be bought off? Do they think I'll fall for that? I won't take their bloody money. It won't bring my Billy back. And friends, I have not once cared for politics, all speeches I don't understand. Likewise, never take no charity from any living man. But it's 50,000 Billies dead in that unhappy land. And that makes 50,000 heart and souls being played with just one hand. And my name is Penny Evans, and my age is 21. And I am a widow of the war that's being fought in Vietnam. And I have 2 infant daughters. God, I'm glad I have no sons. When they say the war is over, I tell them all it's just begun. Thank you very much, friends. I feel really blessed to be the inheritor of folk songs like that. I like to believe that the war is just beginning, you know what I mean, and that we are given wonderful ancestral materials with which that we can use, you know. It's useful to look to the ways of people that dug stones from the earth with their bare hands, all of our ancestors, you know, in order to find out how to get wisdom and honesty for the things that we have to face in life. I want to do a little comic number, break the tension a little bit. I'm a low-tech person. I hadn't plugged it in. Friends, this requires a little leap of imagination. This is the titular song to my new record. This is called Peculiar Missouri. And a leap of imagination that I'd ask you to take with me here, friends, is that you pretend that you have been living inside of a van with me for about a month, okay? So go ahead and roll down the window. I'm sorry about that. So we're driving home after many months away. We're about to pass through the city of Peculiar in the state of Missouri, as we do always, right before we hit the loving cradle of those hills of home. Now let me tell you, friends, there's nothing odd about the hamlet of Peculiar, M-O. Heck, look it up. You can pull out your Googledy box and see in just one moment that even the name has a boring backstory. Yeah, it's an old railroad town that turned into a suburb that begat an exurb that turned into a certifiable grade A USDA small town anywhere, everywhere USA. You know, you've been there, even if you haven't been. Yeah, if America had a great big waiting room, it'd be somewhere in the Midwest. And if that waiting room had a single old crusty magazine in it, something from the 90s, something with Tiger Woods still on the cover, you know, that kind of thing, you could open up to the centerfold of that crusty magazine and find a teeny tiny ad for the city of Peculiar, courtesy of the Peculiar, Missouri Tourism Department, which is just one old lady. And it would say the town's really brilliant motto, Peculiar M.O., where the odds are always with you. And friend, it's not weird if you love it here. So come on, pull off the highway here, friend. You're driving this rig, remember? Let's get a little rest before a long night of driving. We have been sleeping in the saddle, and I am sick of it. Look out for that pickup truck. Whoa, turn right. People drive crazy around here. Hanger Richard here, or Ricky, there you go, good, starboard. Yeah, 50% chance that was gonna work, good. I bet you know where we're going already, though, friend. Yeah, short of any public amenities, there's about one place you can rest and get a bite to eat after sundown in a little town like this. There's no BLM-free campground. There's no reasonably priced Red Roof Inn. So it's looking like we're gonna stay at the Wally World, yeah. We got a standing invitation to the hideous halogen bulbs of the all-night Walmart, where an uneasy truce abides between the traveling kind and the megacorporations that more or less keep us from taking regular jobs and using our advanced degrees for the betterment of mankind and things like that. I'm sorry, friend, am I getting political? I said I wouldn't do that on this trip. We're going to jump in there. We're going to have ourselves a little party. What do you think? We step out of the car. We step up to the store. The door slides open. We step inside. And that blast of cool air hits us. And that merciful, sweet old man greets us. And can't you see how everything in here is glowing, friends? Resplendent with objects from China, Indonesia, Bangladesh, and beyond. So clean, so sweet, so friendly. Oh, friend, I'm no fan of the way every mom and pop has been replaced by a superstore coast to coast. But I swear that in a place you can get the same deck of cards in Tucumcari and Dubuque, and the same bananas in the Philippines and Argentina, I might just fall to my knees at the glory and abundance that is the sameness of all things. All things partying away in the last stage of this godforsaken Babylon. It's like we're waiting on the oceans to rise, like we're waiting for New York City and LA to get swallowed whole, like we're waiting for our own personal and private apocalypses. Well, friend, I think we might need to get out of here. It seems like I might be having a come-apart here in the cosmetics aisle. Wondering about the cosmos and trying to ascertain what the right color of lip gloss is to cover up the joy and shame of living your own accursed existence on this rock. And so while we stand here awkwardly and try to decide whether or not we're going to shoplift this coral color of lip gloss or pay the $7.99 to adorn our sweet, plump lips, let us also briefly consider, friend, how we might be too much for the world, how we might not have done enough for the world, how we might be the last generation of people to enjoy these wonderful middle-class lifestyles where we stare down at a supercomputer that advertises at us at like totally inhuman speeds that our grandparents could never fathom. Meanwhile, all the people in the Democratic former Republic of the Congo just sit there and just try to get a little bit of cobalt. Well, they can put it inside the batteries inside of our phones, but we can't really notice because we're too busy just looking down at them. In the meantime, all the rich people get on their spaceship or whatever it is they're doing. They go to Mars. think that the war for oil is bad, and let's just wait until the war is for water. We pocket the lip gloss. We look towards the greeter. He does not look friendly anymore. We rush past him. We step out into the night. The door slides open. And friend, that was when you turned to me and you pointed upwards to a single shooting star directly in the center of the sky. And you held my hand and you said, "Give me hunger, O you gods that sit and give the world its orders. Give me hunger, pain, and want. Shut me out with shame and failure from your doors of gold and fame. Give me your shabbiest, weariest hunger, but leave for me a little love, a voice to speak to at day's end, a hand to touch in the dark room, breaking the long loneliness. In the dusk of the day shapes, let's be this one little wandering western star, thrust out from the changing shores of shadow." And for God's sakes, let's go back home. Peculiar's always going to be here, and well, we'll be going down 70 westbound in a couple of months anyways. Maybe you let me drive the last leg of this one, friend. I'd like to sit and look out the window. Sure wish I knew what we were supposed to do with ourselves. If you get any bright ideas over there and sleep doesn't take you, I sure hope you'll let me know. Thank you so much, friends. That's my bet. I'm Willi Carlisle. I'm proudly from Kansas, live in Arkansas. Hope to see you again. Thank you to Mountain Stage. It's a dream to be here. I've been listening since I was a kid.
I was back there under a set of headphones like I was watching a movie or something. And I thought you had one more song. He sings about people who don't fit in and whose journey isn't done. He sings about the challenges of late-stage capitalism and about breaking down our divides. The Washington Post says he's both down home and brainy. You just heard that. And he's been compared to Woody Guthrie and Shel Silverstein. His new album is called Peculiar Missouri on Free Dirt Records. That was Willi Carlisle. It's time for our piano player, Bob Thompson, to do a song for you. Bob has chosen a piece he wrote called Queen Street Blues. Please welcome Bob Thompson. Bob Thompson. Bob Thompson. You can find his music at colortones.com. Colortones.com. That was Bob Thompson with a song he wrote called Queen Street Blues. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. If you have questions or suggestions for us, our email address is feedback@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter and peek behind the scenes on our Instagram. You can find all those links at our website, mountainstage.org. Well, we're going to close the show tonight with a Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and Oklahoma native. For years, he lived in rural Oklahoma writing songs and making records from there. He eventually moved to Tulsa, where he went from being a bit of a musical loner to rejoicing as part of a thriving musical community. He's just released his first album in 8 years called The Liar on Blue Dirt Records. There's a bit of a new freedom on this record, born of the joy of collaboration. He's having a ball, and you can hear it. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, John Fullbright.
How you feeling out there, Pittsburgh Gorillas? Always wanted to say that.
Well, maybe by the end of this, I'll be an honorary gorilla too, so we'll see. But a hand for all this incredible talent on this stage tonight. I've never seen such a thing. Now you have to endure me for a second. So, but thank you guys for showing up, and thanks for inviting me back. I'm gonna play a song I wrote called "When You're Here." Ever changing, ever moving, ever finding, ever losing, every moment of our choosing bears a cost. And as for lonely, I can show you how to live a life alone. All it takes is getting used to getting lost. Oh, some are lovers and some are leeches, some are flings on sandy beaches, some are silent till the chances are all gone. The Queen of Hearts dreams a lover from that cold, cold king above her, while the Joker makes his bed up all alone. But don't I feel like something when you're here? And don't I feel my lungs losing air? Well, don't I feel like I can show you I'm the one you can go to when you need another heartbeat near? Don't I feel like something when you're here? And in my heart stands a scarecrow, and if he's hurt, he doesn't say so, and he chases everything he loves away. Yeah, but at night, when it's colder, there's a bluebird on his shoulder, and he whispers that he'll hold her one bright day. And don't I feel like something when you're here? Don't I feel my lungs losing air? Well, don't I feel like I can show you I'm the one you can go to when you need another heartbeat near? Don't I feel like something when you're here? Thank you. Well, we ran off and made a record And it's made up of a bunch of Tulsa musicians that I've become friends with over the last 7 years, and they're all incredible. And like she said, I'd never really collaborated with a lot of other musicians before, but I ended up moving to Tulsa for a couple of different reasons. But I just started sitting in with all these different bands and playing all these different kinds of music, and it was really fun. We recorded this record because I had a buddy named Steve Ripley. I don't know if you ever knew a guy named Steve Ripley. He was among a million things. He was a lead singer of a band called The Tractors, and Baby Likes to Rock It Like a Boogie Woogie Choo Choo Train. You know, Santa Likes to Rock It. But Steve was a genius, and he was a Leon Russell sound engineer for years. And he owned a studio in Tulsa called the Church Studio, which was famous. I mean, a lot of people recorded there. Leon owned it for years. I think Tom Petty's first band recorded their first record ever over there. But apparently there's this room in the Church Studio that has some golden ratio to it, and it just sounds like $1 million. Well, Steve left and went back home and built his own studio to the exact same dimensions of the big room, he called it. But he was almost done with it, and he passed away. So he never got to see it come to any kind of fruition. And so his wife, Charlene, after a while, said, I'm kind of tired of living out here in the country. I want to be in Tulsa with my grandchild. She said, I'm going to sell this place. And we all went, no. I mean, yeah, sure, do whatever you want. But before you do, we're going to go into this place and we're going to make this record. Which we did, and it's mostly live. We scheduled it for a week to record, and it took us 2 days to record and 2 days to mix. I keep saying it took me 8 years and 4 days to make a new record. But we put this song on there called The Liar, and it ended up becoming the title track. Better days are coming, well, those nights are all the same. Said you wake up in the morning, take that sip of shame. I bet I ain't sipped nothing since I woke up today. And all I can think to do right now is get down on my knees and pray. Well, God grant me whiskey, and I promise I'll be good. They say you help the needy. I think it's understood that I'm in need of stronger hands to pour me out the door. Well, God grant me a whiskey, and I won't lie no more. Could learn how to swallow pride like I learned how to swallow wine. I be doing so much better. I could walk a straighter line, oh, but I don't learn nothing till it falls down on me. Half of life is looking back on what you're trying to be. God grant me whiskey, and I promise I'll be good. They say you help the needy. I think it's understood that I'm in need of stronger hands to pour me out the door. God grant me whiskey, and I won't lie no more. God grant me whiskey, and I won't lie. Maybe you were right when you said I lost my way, that I'd gone astray, but I'm here to stay. Maybe I was lying when I told you I was fine, that I didn't mind the shifting line. And all these broken clocks that met their deaths, I measure time in steady breaths. And the seconds roll on by so carelessly, no time to stop and talk with me. But all the scores of unlocked doors I lost myself in front of, well, it seems I'm always rescued in the end. And if I'm found in front of yours with a broken heart and nothing more, would you open up that door and let me in? You said to take the world from off your back. What good's a train without a track? I told you that the trains were all but dead. I'd rather walk the road instead. There will always be a brighter dawn be a darker night. Well, never will there be another one to come down from the heavens just to tell me I'm all right. Well, maybe you were right saying I had too much faith. Or just a rock in outer space. Now put it all together and maybe I might see this world was never made for me. All the scores of unlocked doors I lost myself in front of. Well, it seems I'm always rescued in the end. And if I'm found in front of yours with a broken heart and nothing more, would you open up that door and let me in? Would you open up that door and let me in? Thank you. Well, you make $100 and you shake a little coin, pick her up in Dallas and you leave her in the morning. It's the mediocre maestro with his mutilated friends. He waits for his crescendo, but instead it all descends. He used to make it thunder, used to make it rain, but now it's just the water as it dashes down the drain. When a dog gets hungry, well, he gets a little riled, but I haven't seen a sign of the poster child. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 he's already gone. Hey. She told you back when everything was loud, when the luster of the spotlight met the clamor of the crowd. She said, I always fall in love with those that never seem to try. As she sucked down another shot of Canada Rye. The hands meet the midnight on a suicide watch, and the stock on the rifle gets another little notch. He's a sucker for salvation, but when hope is running wild, ain't nothing left but headlines for the poster child. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 he's already gone. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 the damage is done. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 he's already gone. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 the damage is done.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna play this one more song for you, but you guys, thank you so much for being so great. You've got a great town. Thanks to the crew, everybody. I mean, it's a great event. This last song I'm going to play is I had an old friend of mine in Okima, and he was a really cool old guy, and he was a World War II vet, and he was a mailman for years. And we became fast friends because he was kind of at that age where he didn't have a lot to do around the house. And I was at the age on the opposite spectrum where I didn't have a lot to do. And so we kind of just palled up. His name was John Franks. And he would never call me John. He'd call me Opie because we had the same name. And he taught me how to play blackjack, and we peeled potatoes and all that stuff. He was cool. But he passed away, man. And I ended up writing this song because I was pretty angry that he was gone. And I would look up, the night before his service, I'd look up at the sky, and I'd see all these stars, and I'd go, I'd say, man, you know, this is kind of this is pretty not fair. And then I went and played a service, and I went back and looked up at the same sky, and I went, oh man, life is beautiful. And I ended up walking in the house and writing this song. But thank you guys so much. I've seen stars before. I've looked up and felt empty. I've looked up and felt nothing. I've looked up and felt sorrow like I was alone. But tonight I looked up to the stars brightly shining, and I felt like I was something in the eyes of God as He smiled. But I've seen God before. One time He told me He made me, told me He loved me, told me not to be afraid of dying. But one day I looked up and my sky was empty, and the world kept on turning, but I was forever alone. Oh, but I've known love before. I've loved and I've been loved. I've loved and I've lost love. I found out that love was just God Almighty, and that love burns brightly that nobody dies alone. I've seen stars before.
Thank you so much. Go Gorillas. Thank you.
I don't even know what to say after that. John is currently out on tour. Check his website and see if he's coming close to you. That was just beautiful. As an aside, he was asked to sing in Leon Russell's funeral. And also, you can kind of look up, he had a little cameo on the new TV series Reservation Dogs. His new album is The Liar on Blue Dirt Records. That was John Fullbright. Wow. Thank you to John Fullbright. Thank you to Willi Carlisle. Thanks to Martha Scanlon and John Neufeld. To Matt the Electrician, and thanks to Emily Miller and Jesse Milnes. And thanks to everyone here at the Bicknell Family Center and KRPS Radio. And thanks to you out there listening, because without you, there'd be no Mountain Stage. We never forget that. I hope you'll be back next week for an archive episode from 2013 with the Del McCurry Band, the Traveling McCurrys with Keller Williams, Susan Werner, Sarah Lee Guthrie and Johnny Irian, and Mandolin Orange. All right. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Senior producer is Jeff Shirley. Associate producers are John Ingram and Mallory Richards. Production manager is Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Patrick Stevens, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Brian Hensley, with production assistance by Michael Lipton, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, Greg McGowan, Ruben Shirley, Kelly Lassiter, and Big J. Photographic services by Chris Morris. Promotion is coordinated by Mallory Richards, John Ingram, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Sean Williams for their generous support. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are just as soon as you can? You've been listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. All right, we thought we'd go out with an old Woody Guthrie song for you. Well, I'm blowing down this old dusty road. Oh, I'm blowing down this old dusty road. I'm blowing down this old dusty road, Lord, Lord. I ain't gonna be treated this way. Matt the Electrician.
I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Oh, I'm going where the water tastes like wine. I'm going where the water tastes like wine, Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way.
All right, Mike Lipton on the guitar. All right, Bob Thompson on the keyboard. All right, Emily Miller.
Yes, I'm going where those dust storms never blow. Oh, I'm going where those dust storms never blow.
Yes, I'm going where those dust storms never blow. I ain't gonna be treated this way.
Martha Scanlon.
They say I'm a dust bowl refugee. Yes, say I'm a dust bowl refugee. Yes, say I'm a dust bowl refugee. Oh Lord, ain't gonna be treated this way.
Ron Soul on the harmonica. Emily Miller. Willi Carlisle.
Well, I'm looking for a job and honest pay. I'm looking for a job and honest pay. I'm looking for a job and honest pay. Lord, ain't gonna be treated this way.
Julie Adams.
My children need 3 square meals a day. My children need 3 square meals a day. My children need 3 square meals a day. Lord, I ain't gonna be treated this way.
Mike Lipton on the guitar again. All right, Jesse Milnes on the fiddle. All right, let's take it home, you guys. I'm blowing down this old dusty road. I'm blowing down this old dusty road. I'm blowing down this old dusty road, Lord, Lord. I ain't gonna be treated this way. All right, let's tag it. I'm blowing down this old dusty road, Lord, Lord. I ain't gonna be treated this way. Thank you all so much.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.